So we need to recall our the fact that 180 degrees equals pi radians, and we're going to utilize that information while we're converting. So anytime I have degrees on top, I need my degrees on bottom to cancel them out, which means 180 is going to go on bottom here, pi is going to go on top. So I'm left with 210 degrees pi over 180 degrees. I know that my degree symbols are going to cancel out. 210 divided by 180, and then I will math frac 7 pi over 6 radians. Okay, down here, same thing, pi over 180 degrees because I need to cancel out those degree symbols. 225 pi over 180, and that is degrees. I do need to cancel those degrees out. 225 divided by 180 equals 1.25, and then I'll hit math frac. 5 pi over 4 rads. Then down here, same thing. 180 degrees goes on bottom, pi goes on top. 480 degrees times pi over 180 degrees. Those degrees cancel out. 480 divided by 180, math frac, 8 pi over 3 radians. And so that's our converting from degrees to radians. Here, when I convert from radians to degrees, I need my pi on bottom to cancel it out. So 180 degrees goes on top. Those will cancel. So we're left with 180 degrees over 6. 180 divided by 6 equals 30 degrees. We have 180 degrees over pi. Those pi's cancel. So we have 7 times 180 degrees over 4. 7 times 180. Divide that by 4. 315 degrees. And then 180 over pi, cancel those out. That equals 11 times 180 over 3. So we end up with 11 times 180 divided by 3, 660 degrees is what we get when we convert there. Now, what do we do if the radian measure does not have pi? We can still work this out. It's just going to look a little bit different. So we have our 5 radians. Let's set up our equation. We're going from radians to degrees. So 5 over 1. We're going to multiply because we're going radians. We're trying to get to degrees. So 180 goes on top because we want to leave our degrees in there. We have pi on bottom. So we end up with 5 times 180 over pi, which is going to work down to 900 degrees over pi, which I can actually plug in my calculator. 900 divided by second, that up arrow gives you pi. So we end up equaling 286.479 degrees. We don't want pi in our denominator. That's not very pretty, but we can work it out and divide by pi. Over here we have negative 2 radians. So negative 2 over 1 times the same thing, 180 degrees over pi. So we end up with negative 2 times 180 degrees over pi. And that is going to give us negative 2 times 180 should be negative 360 degrees over pi. So we're going to divide negative 360 by second arrow, gives us pi. Negative 114 0.592 degrees.